Welcome to Money Muscle Mindset, the podcast designed to motivate and educate you on your journey to financial and fitness success and to develop the mentality needed to achieve your goals. I'm Zay Molina, guys, and in this episode, we're going to talk about why rest and recovery are so essential for our success, right? And I know a lot of people, they talk about no days off, right? Just keep going, keep pushing, go, 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 right? All the time. And I understand that that's a great from a motivational standpoint. However, from a functional standpoint, we understand that rest, breaks, recovery are needed for our success, right? The long-term success. And so that's what we're going to talk about here today, guys. How rest and recovery is important, not only in our physical health, right? But also our financial goals and our mental health, right? So let's dive right into our episode today and talk about why we need rest. Okay. So first off, guys, let's talk about our fitness journey. Why is rest essential for us to continue to grow on our fitness journey, right? And I think this one's, kind of the most obvious for a lot of us. We understand that we need rest, right? Our bodies cannot just keep doing the same thing over and over without actually needing to recover, right? This is why we get sore. This is why we get tired and fatigued, right? We understand that we need sleep. We need breaks. We need rest in between sets. All of this kind of stuff is going to allow us to perform better and actually see, results, right? And so if you guys did not know, for example, if you're trying to go in and you're trying to build muscle, right? Let's just say you grab some dumbbells and you're trying to grow your biceps. If you're sitting there and you're curling your biceps, what are you actually doing in that moment? When you're curling the bicep, you're not actually building muscle in that moment. You're actually tearing it down. You're tearing that muscle. You're getting micro tears in your bicep, right? It's continuously, getting those little tears in your biceps, right? In your muscles as you're actually working out. And what we're doing is we're tearing that muscle over and over. And until we're actually able to stop and rest and recover, that is when we actually see that muscle start repairing itself, right? So when we're actually in the moment, we're lifting, whether we're doing leg press, with curls, tricep pull downs, whatever it is, right? When we're working that muscle, we're tearing it apart. But when we're done for the day, we go home and we rest and we sleep, our body is actually then going in and repairing that muscle. And that is when we're actually building muscle, right? So you can be in the gym all day long, working that same muscle over, doing it, continuously building that, tearing that muscle apart by lifting over and over. But it's not until you actually rest and recover and take proper nutrition to where you're actually building that muscle, right? And so this is why we need rest. This is why we need recovery. So we can take that time to actually see the gains that we want, right? And not only just in, muscle growth, but just think about performance. Think about, our overall health, right? We're constantly in the gym 7 days a week, 8 hours a day, just for example, right? If you were actually doing that and working the same muscle every single day, guys, your muscle is just going to continue to rip and rip and rip. And eventually you could cause injury, right? You can cause strains, you can cause, tears in actual muscle to where you're not able to use that muscle properly. It's going to cause a lot of pain. You're obviously going to be injured, right? Or you can just essentially be so fatigued that you're not able to perform, right? This is why we take breaks in between sets. If you're trying to go for a new bench PR, right? You understand that if I'm benching, I do 10 reps, I need to put it down. I need to take a minute to 3 minutes, right? Maybe even 5 minutes to rest, give myself, time to recover, let my muscles kind of recover, take that break, stop feeling fatigued. And then I can go back and I can do it again. Because if I just if I do 10 reps, put it down for a couple seconds and pick it back up, guess what? I think we've all been there. If you tried that before, you understand that it's a lot tougher, right? To get 10 reps again. You need to allow yourself rest to recover, to not only, build that muscle, but also just, fatigue wise, right? You want to give yourself time to re-energize, recoup, right? And regroup yourself to be able to continue to push yourself to your limits, right? And so there's actually been studies done by the American College of Sports Medicine, right? And they talk about why rest is so important for, again, not only building strength, right? But also just understanding that we don't want to overtrain. We don't want to overuse our muscles to where we're causing those injuries, right? We want to understand that we need to take a step back, allow ourselves to rest where we're not causing injuries. But again, it's allowing us to perform at a higher level, right? Understanding that we have those breaks for a reason to be able to push ourselves to our limits at a proper energized level to where our muscles and our overall body can just handle that without, overdoing it, right? And that's the idea. Not only was it able to, prevent injuries, right, by taking those rests, but they actually found out that, again, they have more energy and the athletes also have a better immune system. If you continue to keep going and pushing yourself, and I think we've all been that point, maybe in our lives where maybe you didn't eat or something and, you're just pushing yourself so hard, you start to feel nauseous. And maybe some of us even throw up after workouts. And the reason why is because our immune system just gets so weak after overusing our bodies, right? Our body's not able to recover and repair. So it lowers our immune system. And that's why sometimes we can get sick and feel the nauseous and even throw up after workouts, right? So it's always important, guys, to give yourself rest, obviously have proper nutrition, right? But understand that we need to, take that time to rest in between sets, take some days off, have some sleep. I always recommend at least 1 to 2 days off per week just to give yourself time to see that muscle growth, right? So once again, guys, that's the importance of rest and recovery in our physical health, which again, I think a lot of us understand. Now, let's kind of dive a little bit deeper into maybe some topics that we don't really think about so much, and such as rest and recovery in our financial success, right? How we can continue to grow in, our business or our side hustle or whatever it is that we're trying to grow to be able to build our finances, guys. Why is rest and recovery, important there? And again, from a motivational standpoint, people are always like, you got to, give up sleep. You got to keep working hard. You got to keep going to build your dreams, to build your business. And again, from a motivational standpoint, I completely understand. That's what we want. We want to push ourselves to achieve our dreams, to achieve our goals, right? But we also got to understand that there are such things as burnouts. There are such things that if we're continuously working on our business, working on our side hustle, doing whatever it is that we need to do, we're going to get tired, right? We're going to get fatigued. We're going to get mentally exhausted, not only physically exhausted, but that mental exhaustion, which is going to push us away from our goals. It's going to allow us to, or excuse me, not allow us to perform at the highest level. It's going to allow us, or again, not allow us to, have the energy to continue to push ourselves and perform at, exactly what we want to be able to get the things done that we need to get done, right? If we continue to go and go and go and not rest and give up so much sleep, well, let's say you need to get a report done for work, right? And you're trying to get this done, you're trying to build a slideshow. Well, if you're not getting rest, you're not giving yourself time off, there's a good chance that slideshow is not going to come out at the highest level that you could actually create it, right? We need to give ourselves breaks. We need to give ourselves, moments to just take a step back, regroup, hit that reset button to refresh not only our physical health, but our mental health, right? We don't want to have that exhaustion, right? Because if we're able to then think from a better standpoint, we're able to perform better in our business and our side hustle, whatever it is that we're trying to do, right? And so we need to understand that taking a step back, taking breaks, it's okay, guys. We got to, be able to regroup and reset, okay? And there's actually been a research study by the Journal of Occupational Health, Psychology, understanding that breaks improve accuracy and productivity in cognitive tasks and essential in financial stability, right? Understanding that if we take these breaks, guys, we're able to actually go in and perform at our highest level. And that's what we want, right? When we're trying to achieve something, not only physical health, but in our finances and, whatever our goals are, guys, we want to be performing at our best, right? I think we can all agree with that. And so by doing so, having that rest, having that recovery, to be able to just have a mental reset allows us to, be able to perform better, right? We don't want to burn out, right? And from also a business standpoint, again, let's just say you're trying to build an online business, right? You're trying to sell, maybe you're making something, handbags or something that you want to sell online, just for example, right? You're really good. You really love it. You write something that you absolutely love. You want to sell these online. Well, if you're constantly just making handbags over and over, day after day, minute after minute, and you're putting it online, you're making one, you're listing it, making one, listing it over and over, you're giving up sleep, all this kind of stuff. Eventually, there's a really good chance that you may end up hating it, right? And maybe not hating it, but just disliking it in the moment where you're getting so tired, so fatigued, where one, you're not even enjoying life, right? You're doing something so much, and you're like, okay, I'm missing out on going and hanging out with my family and my friends. I can't go to this party. I can't go to this concert. I can't do this. I can't do that, right? Because I'm so focused on my business. You start to get to the point of what's the point? And it could lead to, extreme circumstances where maybe even you get depressed after doing so. And you're just essentially burning out so much where you get to the point, again, you're asking yourself that question, why am I doing this? What is the point? Because you have just simply a mental burnout, right? And again, that's an extreme example, but you guys get the idea is that if we're constantly working, and we're not enjoying our lives, right? Again, what is the point? Why are we doing this, right? So it's always good to, yes, push yourself, build your business, build your dreams, right? Go after your goals, yes, but we also want to enjoy life. We want to appreciate the things that we have now to be able to say, hey, you know what? I've done a lot today. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to go spend time with my family. I'm going to go walk my dogs. I'm going to go, do whatever it is that I want to do to enjoy life, right? And that is going to allow us to say, hey, let's say I went to this concert, I had an amazing time with my friends. It was just awesome. Well, now I can go and build my business so I have more free time to go do stuff like that. And now you kind of have a more higher motivational level, right? It's giving you that ability to say, hey, yes, I'm building this business, but now I know why. I have that reason why I want to build this business. It gives me that motivation. And because because you're able to take a break and still enjoy the little things in life. And that's the idea, guys. It's just like, essentially if you're planting a tree or, a plant in general, right? When you plant that seed, what do you want to do? You want to give it sunlight. You want to give it proper soil. You want to make sure you water it, but you don't want to water it 24/7. Why? Because you can actually physically kill a plant with too much water, right? And obviously, I believe plants are different. Some plants require more water than others, all this kind of stuff, right? You want to understand that when you're watering that plant, you need to know exactly how much water you should be giving it each day, what times per day you should be giving it to properly see growth, right? And that's the same thing when it comes to our lives and our business and our finances, that we want to give it, proper time to grow and understand that, yes, we're going to put in the work, we're going to build this, but then sometimes we need to take a step back, want to appreciate all the work that we did, but also just enjoy life, give that a minute to kind of regroup, reset, have some fun, and then get back into our work, right? And so that's where we can have, proper rest and recovery in our financial success and hitting our, overall business goals. Okay. Now, last point I want to talk about today, guys, is simply how rest helps our mental health, right? And I think this one kind of, again, goes into, a more obvious standpoint, but it's something that we overlook, right? When we understand that we're trying to do something, again, build our business, hit our goals, maybe accomplish school, whatever it is, right? Whatever we're trying to do in this life, yes, we want to go. We want to get it done. We want to push ourselves to, achieve this. But we also need to take a step back from not only, again, a motivational standpoint, understanding that, yes, if we're constantly going, some point we're going to kind of lose steam, lose motivation, and kind of be like, what's the point? But also from an emotional standpoint, right? And this one kind of gets me to the point of, if you guys have ever traded with us, we always talk about trading psychology, understanding that we don't want to trade with emotions, right? And so, for example, and again, this is just an example of trading, right? We'll talk about other things as well. But if you have traded before and you're looking at the charts, and let's say you lose 2, 3, 4 trades in a row, right? What is it often going to lead to, right? Frustration, right? Us as individuals, we're going to get in there, we're looking at these charts, we're looking at these trades, we just lost. Everything looks good, it matches our strategy, but we take a loss, right? And why is that? Well, simply, guys, there's such thing as normal losses in the market, right? But we get so emotionally attached and we're continuously looking at the charts over and over, not giving ourselves rest to where we're getting frustrated, we're getting upset, and we start to do what? Revenge trade, where we're trying to, just take trades just to make that money back. We're making irrational decisions. We're trading with emotions versus our, our strategy, right? And by doing that, we're essentially making, errors by just mental errors, right? That we're just simply going in and, trying to make up for the mistakes that we already made, and trying to, make up for the trades that we lost, right? And understanding that we're simply overdoing it, right? We're simply going in and we're making emotional decisions that shouldn't be made, right? Because if we won 3 or 4 trades in a row, guess what? We'd be done for the day. We'd be going and living our lives, right? So this is why we need to understand that it's okay to take a break. If you lose 2, 3 trades in a row, take a step back and say, you know what? I'm done for the day. I'm going to reset. I feel myself getting worked up, getting frustrated. I'm just going to turn off the charts. It's okay. I lost a little bit of money. I'm using proper risk management. I know that I can take a step back, go about my day, maybe study, maybe back test, but I understand that I'm not making emotional decisions. I'm not making decisions that are going to hurt my trading account rather than help it, right? And so by taking that break, it allows us to reset and, regroup, right? Same thing if you're practicing like sports or anything like that you want to do, right? For example, let's say you're playing basketball and you're in the gym, you're practicing. Let's say you're practicing a brand new move by Steph Curry or, Jason Tatum or Chris Paul, whoever it may be, guys, and you're trying to practice this dribble move and you keep messing up. You keep messing up. What's happening? Well, now you're getting frustrated. You're like, oh my gosh, why can't I do this? Why do I keep messing up? You start getting frustrated. And now you're trying to do this move and you're so frustrated. You're just trying to get it done. You maybe throw the ball at the wall. You're throwing it at the hoop, right? You're just upset. If you take a step back and you kind of look at this, you're like, well, now I'm doing this and it's not even fun. This is supposed to be fun, right? This is a sport that you love, right? Whether it's basketball, soccer, football, or maybe it's anything that you're trying to do. If you're getting frustrated and it's not fun, why are you doing it, right? So you kind of want to regroup and reset, take a break, go get some water, go sit down for a minute, just regroup, kind of have that mental reset, maybe close your eyes, maybe meditate if that's something that you like to do, but just do something to where, hey, I'm going to give myself a few minutes, maybe close my eyes, just do some breathing, and then I'm going to get back into it. And it kind of just gives you that little break, that little rest, guys, allows you to reset mentally, right? And it helps, again, get back into understanding that, hey, I messed up this dribble move over and over, right? And I'm getting frustrated. I'm not supposed to be getting frustrated. This is something that I love. This is a sport that I love that I'm trying to improve on, understanding that I'm making mistakes. Mistakes are good. That means I'm pushing myself past my comfort zone, right? So once you kind of talk yourself into that, do a lot of this, again, more of like a meditation or kind of just like a simple, self-talk, you're understanding that, hey, yes, I'm getting frustrated. Let me talk myself, calm down a little bit. And I'm going to get right back to it. And again, whether that's trading, whether that's basketball, whether that's anything that you're trying to do, guys, find the reason why you're doing it. Talk yourself, calm yourself down if you feel yourself getting emotional or if just having that that negative thought, right? If a negative thought comes in your head because you're overworking, you're having that mental burnout, right? That can cause you to, again, maybe quit earlier than you wanted to, or maybe quit just in general, right? And because you're simply just doing too much, take a second, take a break, get some water, right? Do some breathing, and then go dive back into it, guys. And by having those rest, right? Having that recovery, giving yourself some time off can help you, again, your mental health, your physical health, and your finances, guys. So once again, guys, that is why we have, rest. That is why we have recovery. And there was actually a study by a Harvard Business Review that indicates that recovery time is actually improving our emotional resilience and allowing us to have a better work-life balance, right? And that's the idea. We want to have that work-life balance, right? We want to understand that we're doing stuff to improve our lives, right? We're trying to build a business because we don't want to work a typical 9 to 5. We're trying to go to the gym to improve our health. So we're getting, living healthier, right? We understand that these things are essential for us and we're doing it. Yes, we may not like it in the moment. We may be getting frustrated, maybe getting tired, fatigued, all this kind of stuff. And this is why it's hey, you know what? We're going to push ourselves. We're going to do this for a certain amount of time. We're going to do all that we can to get this done. And we're going to take a step back. We're going to let those efforts kind of produce results. We'll take a step back, kind of regroup, right, reset, and then we're going to go back into it and, either adjust, continue where we left off, do whatever we need to do. But having that rest, having that recovery, again, it's like a reset button, right? And I love, that analogy is understanding that if we're able to just take a step back and reset a little bit, it allows us to go at it with a better point of view, right? And so with that being said, guys, once again, that is the importance of rest and recovery in our mental health, in our financial goals, and our physical fitness, guys. Understanding that having that rest period allows us to reset and actually see better results over time for the long-term success. Remember, guys, we're in this for the long term, not the short term. So understanding that having those rest periods, having those recovery, getting sleep, meditating, whatever it may be, is going to allow us to see better results for the long run. So with that being said, that's what I got for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And with that, I'm going to leave you guys as I always do. Remember, success isn't just about the money you make or the muscles you build. It's also about the mindset you develop along the way. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching this episode, and I'll see you on the next one of Money Muscle Mindset.